conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Today on Hey Culligan, soft water, cleaner environment. What do you say, Greg?
Hey Culligan, are you saying if I have a Culligan high-efficiency water softener, I'm also helping the environment?
It sounds like you're saying it, Greg, and yes, you are, because with the Culligan high-efficiency water softener, you'll use less detergent, soap, and harsh chemicals, and that's good for the planet.
Now you're saying it.
You bet I am, Greg. Soft water and a cleaner environment is already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
Hi, I'm Capri, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the chicken. They actually put it on the grill, cooked it in the sauce. It's definitely a good grilled spicy sandwich.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is it's spicy and it's full of flavor. When you pair that with the kale crunch salad, it's just good.
Order a grilled spicy deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Kelly here with AC by J. It's hot and everyone expects me to talk about AC, but you know about our award-winning AC service. Did you know we do plumbing too? Whether you have a slow-draining sink, stopped-up toilet, a leaky faucet, or want soft water, you can trust the professionals at AC by J. We have plumbing down. Looking for upgrades, tankless water heater, or whole home systems, drains, mainline, or slab leaks? We have you covered. Call AC by J at 602-609-7664 or go to acbyj.com. Service you can trust from our family to yours.
The general election is November 8th this year. Voting locations are open on Election Day from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. All qualified voters must show ID. For a list of valid IDs, go online to arizona.vote. Have an early ballot? You can return it at any voting location or secure election drop box, and you don't have to wait in line. Learn more about voting locations at arizona.vote or call 1-877-THE-VOTE. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's Monday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And if you're wondering the hell is going on with your favorite team, you know, like the Steelers, suddenly Mike Tomlin looking to have his first losing season, gum chewer up there in Seattle, win one, lose one, win. Here's what it is. It's, well, everybody is kung fu tanking. That's what the new term is. Everybody was kung fu tanking. They're going to do it expertly, and they're tanking to try to get the next great quarterback, whoever the hell that might be.
Kung fu tanking?
Yes. Tanking.
Yeah.
And so you can't just outright tank, because then all of a sudden there's investigations and people are upset. So you got to look like you're trying, and you got to come up short. I don't think anybody is more effectively kung fu tanking right now than the Colts. But here's the thing. I think they're just bad, so maybe they're not kung fu tanking. But if they are, genius. But I don't know who's out there. Who's out there, Keon, waiting to be kung fu tanked for? I mean, who are Pete Carroll and Ron Rivera and Mike Tomlin and maybe other coaches working on trying to get?
Ron's not tanking
because he made a lot of promises, especially about this season. And if it's not working
Boy,
out,
look at your team. I thought for sure you were tanking.
No, they're just losing because they're bad. So I wish it was tanking. I honestly, because year one they were tanking and they got Chase Young, and I was happy about it. They're not tanking; they're actually trying, and so I'm a little disappointed. But for who you're tanking for? You're tanking for C.J. Stroud at Ohio State. You're tanking for Bryce Young at Alabama. Will Levis at Kentucky.
Okay, which one of those guys is most plug play ready? Get your organization rolling again. Which one of those guys?
I think it's Bryce Young at Alabama.
Bryce Young is the next big thing.
He's with his hurt wing. He got hurt this week.
Yeah, he got hurt, but even with that, I mean, he's still an accurate passer. He can throw a great deep ball. He's a little small, but we've seen in the NFL that's not really an issue. And he's mobile, which I think also helps. And he did it last year at Alabama with a bunch of weapons.
Yeah.
This year he doesn't have those weapons, and he still looks good.
I don't think Pittsburgh is tanking. I just think that they had Mitchell Trubisky, and for some reason they wanted to start Mitchell Trubisky. And we're in the fourth week of the season, and suddenly at halftime of this week's season, all of a sudden Mitchell Trubisky is benched, and they brought in Kenny Pickett. They're going to see where they can go from here.
That's something you do a little later in the season. That is not something you do in game 4. You want to see this kid get some reps if you feel like the game has completely gotten away from you, but the score did not show that it had completely gotten away. Of course, I didn't see the game, so maybe it just felt like it was completely getting away from them, but they were still close enough where they, this is not a thing you do in game 4 unless you are done with Trubisky.
The way it looked like Tomlin was done with Trubisky.
Expert kung fu tanking.
He'd seen enough. I don't think they're tanking. They just drafted a first round quarterback.
That's the thing. He's a genius coach. He's going to make it look like an accidental tanking. You know what I'm saying? But no, I believe that some of these teams, if not most of them, are kung fu tanking. But here's the thing. I don't want my team to kung fu tank until Arch Manning is available. Little Arch Manning, he's killing it. I'll talk about him a little bit later on. We have a short show, so we don't have a whole lot of time to get into some of this, but that's the new term. They are kung fu tanking. So I don't know. No, the Cardinals aren't kung fu anything. And the Commandos feel like, I don't think they're going to flush the toilet on Ron Rivera just yet. I wish they'd flush the toilet on my Colts coach and stuff. But listen, there's so many other weird things that happen before we talk about the Sunday games. A lot of weird stuff going on. It was just from the morning until night, and it gets sometime over the weekend as well. A lot of weird crap going on. Like Terry Bradshaw finally revealing why he's been so rough lately, because it turns out he's had a couple of bouts with cancer. He had some skin cancer. He had some bladder cancer, but he's all cancer free now. And it does explain why he has looked so rough, but he's playing hurt. So if anything, that's a man card accreditation to the old guy. So he's still goofy as hell. I hope nobody's expecting that once his health issues are over, he's going to be any different than he was before. But, it was interesting that, he had to just bare his soul right there on the show Sunday morning. Also, some fan at the Jets-Steelers game, it fell off the escalator and died.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I guess about 4:45 p.m. their time, the game was over. Everybody's heading out, and I don't know how it happened. I don't know what happened. All I know is somebody died. I mean, escalator? How fast do those things go?
Well, I understand there was alcohol involved.
Wow, that's a real shock. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
But that person just died right after they went pump right off there.
Well, that's sad to hear.
And listen, that's the American version. The Indonesian version is 125 dead after this giant soccer stampede. And so all these people are like, oh, come on, Jeffrey, you should like soccer. Is this what we want? One guy falling off an escalator, we're like, okay, thoughts and prayers. 125 dead, we're shutting it down. We like our violence on the field, not in the stands. So we'll pass on the soccer, please. But yeah, that was a huge tragedy right there. Not as big as the one that happened during the Peru-Argentina game back there, back in the day. But still, that's messed up. So then you're thinking, okay, nothing else can happen this week. Now Antonio Brown is exposing himself to women at a swimming pool hotel in Dubai. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was at a hotel swimming pool in Dubai. And now here's the thing: if you see, I didn't watch the video. I saw a blurred photograph, and I'm like, I'm done. I don't.
You don't need to dig any deeper than that.
Anymore.
Nope.
So he's saying some gal took his shorts. What are you doing letting a girl take your shorts? But anyway, he's like, I wasn't exposing myself. She grabbed my shorts and ran off on him. And so I don't know if that justifies everything I heard about this, but yeah. So
the photo's blurred, but the man is spread eagle and laughing.
Yeah,
so I don't
indicate something else.
Yeah, and I don't because for someone to steal your shorts, that is a whole. That takes a lot of effort. They don't just slide off.
Sure.
If you want your shorts on in a swimming pool, they'll stay on.
Oh yeah, they got a little tie thing.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing. So he's out there waving his thing around and then showing his butt to people. I'm thinking this is Dubai's problem. This ain't my problem. And he's not on a team. Who cares? So it's not like he's never done this before. He has done similar things, in his house with people who are there to work. So yeah, it's only a matter of time on Antonio Brown. So I'm like, all right, that's not the weirdest, most confusing thing that happened this weekend. And then, Randy, the Seattle Kraken, they came out with their mascot. So I'm thinking somebody like that guy from Pirates of the Caribbean with the tentacles and stuff coming off their face and everything.
Davy Jones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they named their mascot Bowie, and he's basically a troll doll from the 70s. There you go. See that on the YouTube.
What the hell is going on there?
That is the Kraken mascot. It's a full-size man, but it looks like a troll doll with the wispy hair and all that stuff.
No, it looks exactly like a troll doll. Hasbro should
horrible.
sue.
So those are all the weird damn things that happened. And then, trying to settle in and, watch football. Then I got all that crap bouncing around in my cranium thinking it's like, so yeah. And then of course I'm losing to Ralph in fantasy football because a couple of my players, they didn't show up. A couple of his really showed up. So unless Cooper Kupp has 37 points tonight, which is not outside the realm of possibility, gonna lose to Ralph.
Ugh.
Yeah, because it's not like he'll be insufferable.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is if you lose to anybody else in the Premier League, you can live with it. You lose to Ralph, he'll never let you hear the end of it. He'll be texting you at 2 a.m.
Yeah. So for me, a little bit rough watching these some of these games and some of these players. Like some of these players who normally get a really big point. I can't say I would have chosen any differently. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things about fantasy football. There's an element of luck to it where you have no idea what's going to happen. Kind of like with what happened to your team there. How would you have known? How would you have known? I'm going to get to that in a second. Real fast, though, before we do anything else, let's do on this date because, we won't have time for this later.
Why
it's
not?
On this date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1971, Billie Jean King won the Virginia Slims Thunderbird Tournament in Phoenix, Arizona, to become the first woman tennis player to win $100,000 in 1 year. Boy, I bet her husband was happy to have the help, making sure that the household had enough money to get by. Sorry, what?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm sure she enjoyed that money.
Yeah. No.
Right. You would just move on.
Right.
888-368-1580. So let's go ahead and see what's going on the text line. Stockton Slap. We have a short show. I still don't have time. He wants to do a thing. He wants to say, hey, what fictional movie football player would you start a football team around? None. What are you talking about? They're fictional. I can't even think about it that way. Because many of these guys in these movies and stuff, these fictional football players, well, they're fiction. They're not the actors, pretty boy actors who couldn't probably play their way out of a paper bag anyway.
I forget what show it was. It was one of those like high school teen shows that came on ABC, and the high school quarterback was supposed to be throwing the ball, and it was such an awkward motion that anyone who'd ever watched football before, even once, would know. You don't throw the ball from your hip like that. What are you doing?
What the hell was that? So I don't know, Stockton Slap. Today is not your day. Miss Pringle says, Keon, can you break down the Adelaide 36ers from a fundamental standpoint? No, he can't. He won't. Here's why. It was a preseason game. It meant a lot to those bozos. It didn't mean nothing to the Suns, and we're going to just forget about it even happening.
They shot lots of threes and made them.
Yeah, there you
the
go.
Suns
Pringle
did not defend them. That's basically what happened.
Pro Dog says, who has Geno Smith on their fantasy team? Nobody, but I have Jared Goff, who I did switch out, put back on my bench because I thought with all the weapons that came back for Tom Brady, I was going to get more points. I did not, but I still got 35 plus out of Tom Brady. So I wasn't completely wrong about what would happen to him, but nobody could have seen what happened with that Seahawks Vikings game. Crazy.
We'll get
to
Seahawks
that in a
Lions.
What did I say?
You said Seahawks Vikings, but yeah.
I'm so drunk, I don't even care. Lacrosse guy says, I can't believe the Cards won.
Yeah, me neither, because the Cardinals suck.
Yeah, we're going to get to that here in a moment.
Panthers are worse.
Yeah, that was just that was a hard game to watch.
Two bad teams playing, and Jeffrey's
It's
theory. You put two bad teams together, and it turns out being a pretty good game. So
much like, what happened with the Vikings? Boomer Sooner says, good day, gentlemen. Good day, Blender Nation. Randy, can I get a nice cold beer and a shot on this Monday? The Sooners were very disappointing this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm a bum out Sooner fan. I think he means burned out.
Either burned out or bummed out. One of the two.
Either way.
Thunder Snow says, Commandos are kung fu tanking with a C. That doesn't make any sense, Thunder Snow.
It doesn't make any sense.
Kung fu tanking with a C.
Yeah, I just don't see it with a C.
I just anyway, they're not tanking. They just suck.
Kyle G says, congrats, Randy. Your Cardinals finally have a better record than the Commandos. Jeffrey, not so much, but technically, yes. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, I know. 1-2-1. Blissel Hay says, is there an 8th grade basketball team in the Valley the Suns could possibly beat this preseason?
Oh, boy, here we go.
Why does anybody care about preseason?
And that's the thing is if they had played, what's a really bad team? I don't know. They played the Magic,
the Adelaide
36ers. The Wizards aren't really bad. They're just
I'm just messing with you.
But the Magic, who are going to be better, but if they had played the Magic and lost to the Magic, nobody would notice because it's Adelaide. They went and didn't give a bleep in Australia. Now we're all panicking. If they didn't give a bleep in Orlando, it wouldn't have mattered. But if they do it in Australia, apparently the sky's falling. The Suns didn't care, guys. I watched
all the
haters.
Highlights. Go ahead and hate. Everybody with a brain in their head is just going to be like, whatever.
I watched the highlights. They were walking on defense. They did not care.
Right. How hard are you trying in a preseason, right?
The Suns are not going to injure themselves playing defense against the Adelaide 36ers.
No.
I'm sorry. It's just not gonna happen.
All right. So here's some interesting things before we die. And we are going to cover every single game. Here are some interesting things. Of course, now you know that Cooper Rush won that game. The Cowboys did win.
Yeah.
And he's the first quarterback in the NFL to win each of his first 4 career starts with a passer rating of 90 or higher in each of those 4 wins. I don't think this guy is any special next coming of quarterback, but he's doing what you want. You want your backup quarterback to be competent, steady, and good. That's all he is. He's not a starter maybe on some other crap teams, but he's not a starter. And so it's really impressive. It's great for him. He's got reels to show his kids. And the reality is going to set in about 3 seconds after Dak Prescott says, yeah, I think I'm good. And then there you go.
And they're playing LA next. He hasn't played
which
actually good defense, the Rams.
Okay.
Either LA would be bad.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Chargers, you'd have a shot. Not so much the Rams.
That Chargers secondary is not fun. And so I don't know, but I just think that against, he's played Washington. Well, it was blown coverages all day in the second half. And then he played New York the week before and not a great version of the Bengals. Those are the teams he's beaten. I'm just not. All I hear is Cooper Rush. I hear Cooper Rush when I wake up in the morning. I hear Cooper Rush when I go to bed at night. It's just Cooper Rush by the S.
Idiots are looking for crap to talk about on the 4-letter networks and crap like that. And I see Aaron Andrews sitting there interviewing this Jen, and all I can think is, well, enjoy this while you can, buddy. I mean, this is great.
It's a
He'll
good
have
run.
this stuff for his album and to show the kids. And no, I'm serious. I was in the NFL. That's it. It's outside of that. Cooper Rush is not going to be a starter of note. maybe he'll be on the Texans. I don't know. But it was cool. I mean, it's very cool for him. He seems like a nice guy. I'm not trying to tear him down, but we have to be realistic about who they've played and who this guy really is. And it is nice, though. He's the 6th undrafted quarterback to win his first 4 starts. Other guys, Kurt Warner, Kyle Allen, Dieter Brock, John Stofa, and Mike Tomczak. So, that's kind of nice. And then you go over here to Patrick Mahomes. He's become the fastest player to reach 20,000 passing yards ever. We know he's a freak. So he did it. He did it Sunday night and on his 67th game. Took Matthew Stafford 71 games, just to give you a reference on that. So that's cool. That's nice. The Bills, they did something different. They finally won a 1-score game. Evidently, that's just not their jam. They're either killing you or they're getting killed. So, that was just one of those little weird, interesting things. And then Kenny Pickett became the first quarterback to rush for 2 touchdowns in his debut. I found that hard to believe. You would have thought Mahomes or
Allen,
Lamar Jackson, or any of these guys would have had more than 2. But Kenny Pickett, first pass was a pick.
Yeah.
But still, it'll be interesting to see. When you come in as a backup quarterback, we're not getting the real you yet. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people were kind of crapping on Kenny Pickett's effort and say, well, of course he's running it in because he's no good as a quarterback. Oh, shut up. We haven't seen him get first reps or play a full game yet. I think there's still plenty to be optimistic about for the Steelers.
And if he can run and he's the same as Mitch Trubisky, but with legs, that already makes him a better option just right out of the gate.
Yeah. Except for probably hurts his feelings if you say same as Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah. That
would hurt.
That's why I said if, because I don't want to hurt his feelings.
All right, so we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to start with the Cardinals and our teams, and then we're going to go down the list. Basically, the direction of all the picks on the pick sheets. I have 12 right so far. I'm having a pretty good week. We'll see how you guys are doing, too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Last series of the season for the Diamondbacks, plus 200 on the money line at the Brewers tonight at minus 250, the over-under at 7. NFL Monday night, the Rams at the 49ers, LA 2-1, San Francisco at 1-2, LA a 1.5-point road underdog, the over-under at 42.5. The 3-1 Buffalo Bills still favorite to win the Super Bowl heading into week 5 after tonight. Buffalo at plus 450 odds, followed by the Chiefs at plus 800, the Eagles at plus 850, the Bucks at plus 900, and the Packers at plus 1,000. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. Save 75% on any best bet package with the promo code ACTION75. That's ACTION75 at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. And Tuesday, we put a bow on week 4 in the NFL. We give you our weekly awards for college football and the NFL. The latest on ASU, Arizona, the Cardinals, and we look around the NFL. Major League Baseball season is wrapping up. We got you updates as the playoffs are set to begin. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. here on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Remember last year when you wanted to hear that NFL matchup, but you couldn't because you were at your nephew's birthday party and the Fanatic couldn't stream the NFL on their app? Didn't that suck?
Well, those days are over, pal. Now you can listen live to every primetime NFL game on the Fanatic app. Download the app now at the Google Play Store or the App Store or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Dave Blender here on 1580. The Fanatic. Most messed up thing I heard was somebody say that the NFL concussion protocol would have let JFK back in the parade.
Wow.
Wow.
Damn.
That was so awesome. I thought you guys would laugh.
Probably not.
Yeah, it was pretty dark.
Probably
There's
not
no
untrue.
such thing as too soon. But yes, the NFL would be like, no, he's good. Put him in. 888-368-1580. The Lock says maybe they aren't tanking. Yes, because I'm thinking a lot of people are tanking right now. Kung Fu tanking. And he says maybe they aren't tanking. They're just geriatric old blood coaches. Carroll, Rivera, Tomlin. Well, Tomlin's not that old. Rivera, slightly older. Carroll, holy bleep, he's old. Pinocchio says, dang, Pat's just 1/3 down conversion from beating the Pack in overtime via the Zappy. Is that how you say his name? Zappy?
Yep. Bailey
Wow.
Zappy.
That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing for Aaron Rodgers to have to work that hard to beat a third stringer on a pretty well beat up team. That's funny. Ms. Pringle says 36ers finished 10 for 18 for 7th place in the Australian League. Not carrying a rip is a great way to build a winning culture. Pringle, it's pre-effing season. Shut the F up.
Winning culture. Listen. Let me just go ahead and just clear this right now. The early part of the preseason, like these are the games they don't normally even televise. You're just trying to get back in shape. Like run around and get back in basketball shape. You can do all the cardio you want in the summer.
You're falling for it, Keon.
Basketball
He's just
shape.
trying to get at you. He's just trying to get at us.
Okay.
He's just hating on the Suns.
I hope that is not a serious winning culture remark, because that might be the dumbest thing I've heard in the last 24 hours.
Pringle might be one of the dumbest people we know. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember if we met him or not. Watermelon says, hey, Jeffrey, do you guys feel Baker Mayfield should be threatened by Cooper Rush? Well, they're not on the same team.
So no.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, oh crap, Jeffrey, I'm in the middle of a haboob in North Phoenix. Well, Randy and I were talking. He had been tracking a tornado that hit Williams up by Flagstaff earlier, and we were wondering if that system was going to push our way. Randy, do we have any more information on that? Does it seem like, or are we just hitting some different typical last gasp of monsoon stuff?
Well, it's a big storm cell that's tracking across the northern part of the country, or the state. Flagstaff getting pounded, west of Flagstaff, Prescott. There is some activity in North Phoenix. It's coming down from the north. It's coming in from a northwesterly situation. You can see here at the compound on camera 5 here. You can see the skies here are a little gloomy.
Randy, you have to
I'm
point
sure
the
out,
camera
out
at your
by
camera. I can't see it.
Jeffrey's house here in the Queen Creek area. You can see there is
we can't see it.
Absolutely
Randy.
nothing going on. But listen, be careful out there. It might be a chance for blowing dust and maybe a 30% chance of thunder boomers tonight. From the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Back to you, Jeff Cope.
Well, no, this is a radio show, so it's all right. But I need you to understand that even for YouTube, we couldn't see your big screen with all the stuff on it. You got
it's too bad.
Change your
right
camera
here.
angles.
I can see camera. There's camera 5. And there's
I'd
camera
like to see these things.
9. I've got 12 cameras now. The new video board that I'm looking at all
in no
times.
way at all am I worried about a misappropriation of funds and all this other equipment you hit Radio Runoff.
And there's HBO over here, and then I've got the red zone. I mean, camera 12. That's what I mean. Camera 12 and camera 2.
Have you ever been in an actual tornado? I have. Have you been in a tornado, Keon?
I've seen one, but I've not been in one. Keon, how about you?
I have been very near a tornado, and I kind of just hunkered down in the apartment. And then when we got outside, there was just stuff everywhere.
You could yell
branches. But my friend's house got destroyed in that tornado. Like it skipped over where we were and went to his neighborhood and just destroyed it. So yeah.
Well, the tornado gods must love you.
I remember walking out of the house in Minnesota. I was there for a year. And I walked out of the house. I looked up and there's this giant cloud, just sort of bulbous. It looked like it was containing an ocean inside the cloud. This
that's
weird
a good way.
Green sort of thing.
Yes, the
and
dark greenish kind of weird look to it.
Thinking, maybe we'll get back inside. And the minute we did, boom, tornado. That was a fun sound. I'm like, I knew we were that close to some train tracks. Not that. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
It's not what it is. That's a tornado. Okay. That's fine. So anyway, keep us up to date on if tornadoes are heading our way.
Will do, Jeffco.
All right, so let's talk about what happened with your team yesterday, Randy. The Arizona Cardinals won a game. It was a horrible game. Nobody looked good in it, but you won. Congratulations. What are your first thoughts on this before we get too deep into it?
I'm not going to overreact to this. The Cardinals looked terrible yesterday. And I'm sorry, even in the second half when they came out and they showed a little life in the offense, they finally got things going. One has to scratch their head and wonder, who's running this team? Is it Kyler Murray?
It depends on the moment.
Is Cliff Kingsbury? Is he the one running this team?
Well, you saw the fight, right? They fought again.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Who's in charge here? And
I'll tell you what, Kingsbury is in charge until Murray has finally had enough, and he's just like, "F you, I'm doing what I want."
Well, I mean,
and basically, it was for the announcers when Kingsbury said no bleep. They said, "Oh, he just said jet sweep." No, what happened was Kyler Murray's yelling at him, "Hey, we got to get these plays out quicker."
Yeah,
and Kingsbury goes, "No bleep." Yeah, and so there is a lot of tension and issues, and that's what I tweeted out yesterday. I said I think that we're very close to Kyler Murray requesting a Kevin Durant type meeting with Bidwell. You know what I'm saying?
Something has got to be done when your defense. And by the way, the defense is the only reason that that we stayed in the game yesterday. And so I've been hard on Vance Joseph and the defensive unit, but doggone it, they stepped up yesterday and they played pretty well against a pretty bad team. But I mean, every time Christian McCaffrey sniffed the ball, he had a couple of runs that he knocked out, but it was no real factor in yesterday's game. But the defense kept him in this game, and the offense is still a stagnant piece of vanilla, not even vanilla, just a stale bread offense. I call it, instead of the air raid offense, a stale bread offense is what this is. Another screen pass here, another screen pass here, another screen pass. You keep going backwards rather than, go vertical down the damn field. You know what I mean? Maybe I've got a little Al Davis in me. Just win, baby. Go downfield. Throw the ball downfield.
Which, if your name wasn't Hollywood Brown, you weren't getting the ball downfield.
Right. Because he could not see you. And I'm telling you, it's not a joke.
I agree with you.
He can't see down the field. It's part of that is where he positions himself. If you're having a hard time seeing downfield, you got to get out of that pocket. He has not been leaving the pocket. And most of his success would come with Zach Ertz because you could see him. He's taller. But other guys, once they're down and running, if he's chucking it up there, it's a hope and a prayer.
I have another question I need to ask you guys because maybe I don't know anything about the game of football. But if you got a guy like Dortch and he's been helping you all season long, and I'm not saying this because I have this kid on my fantasy team. He hasn't helped me win one game. Okay. But the bottom line is the kid has been producing, and all of a sudden Andy Isabella, for some reason, is seeing more snaps than Dortch. And then you get the kid back, the other guy, what's his name? You get him back. And he comes back from a hamstring, and suddenly Dortch is just, he's like a doormat. He just sits over on the sideline doing nothing. If I'm the coach, if you're the coach, wouldn't you use somebody that's been producing for you?
You go with the hot hand and the people that Kyler Murray is most comfortable with.
Wouldn't you bring in a familiar face that Kyler Murray is used to seeing out there rather than bringing in, Andy Isabella is speed demon, speed kills, all that, but you have to catch the damn ball. Okay, sort of like CeeDee Lamb. He might catch it. He might miss it. You never know. Wouldn't you keep Dortch in the lab?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's short. It's harder to see, but I don't care as long as it works, right?
Yeah. And the height thing is not an issue because Dortch is going to be in the slot. It's a lot of timing routes. So
his height, because if he's running a pattern and runs through his route, the ball should be where he needs it. The problem is Kyler Murray's not making those route throws.
He was when he
has no confidence. He has no confidence because he can't see them. He's worried it's going to be a pick, so he wants to go with something he thinks is going to be a sure thing, right? And then that's what you end up with.
But Dortch was catching the ball. That was my thing. He was running the route so well.
Yeah,
Kyler could throw it whether or not he knew Dortch was open, and Dortch would catch the ball. Well, you pull Dortch out and replace him with Andy Isabella, who is fast, but let's just be honest here, he's not as good as a route runner.
Yeah,
nope. You've changed the chemistry of it.
Does Kyler Murray have any impact on any personnel stuff?
I'll be honest with you. I have no idea after what I saw yesterday. Now, let me say, here are the positives. Okay, I don't want to leave with a bad taste in my mouth from all the negativity. This team sucks. Okay, but let me leave you with a couple of positives. Kyler Murray was engaged and was passionate about what was going on. He got fed up with this stale toast offense that Kingsbury is clearly calling the jet sweep. Oh, give me a break. How about jet pass, a post pattern? Just get out there, Dortch, and I'll hit you wide open and just run the damn thing in. How about that? Okay, let me just say, I was happy to see Kyler Murray upset. I was happy to see that the defense actually looked good, and they were productive, and they were able to stop, and they were able to get stops. Of course, it was against Carolina. I understand Baker the Faker's out there. I understand all that, but the good defense. And the third thing, we got to win. We needed a win, but man, this is going to be a long season.
Yeah, well, I think it might not be a very long season for Kingsbury if Keim and Bidwell are watching this and starting to sympathize with Kyler Murray, because we're all seeing it that way. You start to wonder, maybe they're going to start seeing it that way. It's like, okay, now we know why Kyler was just like, he's trying to embarrass me. He was doing what his coach told him to do. He's following every play that he could until it broke down, and then he had to improvise. Maybe that is exactly where all this frustration and horribleness has been. And he's going to start just pushing the entire narrative towards, I can't work with Cliff Kingsbury. You've paid me a whole lot of money, but I can't work with this guy.
Which he would have a point. When you look at the most dynamic plays that the Cardinals have made this season, they've all been things Kyler Murray made up. Not one thing is a thing that Cliff Kingsbury schemed and actually worked. I don't know what he's doing out there. I have no idea what he's doing out there. But some of the stuff that Kyler pulls out of his backside is more effective than the things that Cliff Kingsbury is trying to do on purpose.
You're already at a deficit. You have a short quarterback. You've got to move this guy out of the pocket. You have got to move him. He is not a pocket quarterback. Please, dear God, learn how to move this guy around and let him work.
Well, maybe you need more of a West Coast offense as opposed to an air raid.
Yep.
Well, there's no air raid. This is a screen pass offense. This is a stale bread offense. Hell, the three of us can get out there and call a better offense than what's going on with the Cardinals right now.
Watermelon has a good observation. He says, hey, Jeffrey, I got a question for you guys. I feel like I noticed watching Kyler Murray, when he's throwing under pressure, going to a baseball style of throw, like a line drive pass. Yeah, have you noticed this? Yes. You know why? Because when he is under pressure, where does he end up? Outside of the pocket. And then he has a visual to throw a more accurate, and he's like, there's my guy. Boom. Nobody said Kyler Murray couldn't throw. Nobody said he didn't have an arm.
He's incredibly accurate.
When he can see you, and that's where he sees you. So Keon's exactly right. Randy's exactly right. West Coast style offense, get him out of the pocket, make that part of the thing, or at least say Kyler, he has to feel comfortable enough with his O-line to step up into the pocket while the pocket might be collapsing around him, where he has a better field of vision as well. So you're absolutely right, Watermelon. When you've seen him do those passes, you're like, well, where the hell's this been all game? Well, he wasn't out of the pocket all game, was he? Big Stanky says, afternoon, guys. Jeffrey, I won that Titans Colt bet, but my Titans are horrible. Keon, if you're down for a bet, my Titans play your Commandos.
I mean, I'm down for a bet for fun. Commanders are also terrible. So,
meaning you don't want to buy him lunch or a beer or something.
No. Let's go for it. Yeah, beer, lunch, whatever. I'm down with it.
I'm only doing beer bets. If somebody wants something on a Colt thing, I might even just say nope. But I did win. I didn't want to say this on air because I didn't want to jinx it, but I did put some money down on the Arizona Cardinals to win, and I doubled my money. So that was pretty nice. I just did the money line on that, and that part was the best part of my weekend.
Boy, Jeffco.
Was that happening?
The best part of my weekend was, your granddaughter was in town, and we celebrated her 4th birthday, but I made an amazing brisket on Friday.
I know. Listen, my mouth's been watering just thinking about it.
I've got some. I'm bringing some of my meat for you guys tomorrow. So
I can't wait for you to put your meat in my mouth tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's the day.
Yes, we'll meet up in the kitchen there, and you can put your meat in everybody's mouth.
There you
Big George says, fire Kingsbury, fire Keim. They stink. They should have never been extended. Well, yeah, we all knew that.
I think at one point Sunday, Big George had fired everybody on the Cardinal staff. I'm pretty sure
there was a janitor that Big George wasn't sure whether or not he should fire immediately or later.
Yeah, the training staff gone. Everybody's gone. Locker room guys gone.
Receptionists out. Yeah.
It's Patrick says, don't you guys remember all the nonsense they made a big stink of Kyler calling his own plays? Well, I guess that never happened. What a joke. Well, no, here's what it was. They were letting him call the plays from the sideline to see how sort of like, how it was for when Kingsbury did it so he would understand better. And that's what that was. They never said they were going to let him call his own plays during the season or nothing. Big Stanky 87 says, lunch bet, Keon. Beer bet, Big Stanky. Come on, man. His team sucks.
Granted,
my team sucks.
Granted, cheap lunch. We're not talking.
All right, well, it's up to you, Keon.
We're talking a fast food lunch. I work in radio.
Flying Monkey says, hey, Keon, remember when you insisted the Washington Commandos had a better defense than the Cowboys?
I did not. I did not. Yeah. I did not insist that.
He says your camel toes do not have a better defense.
They don't. What I insisted was that they were capable of winning that game, which was also wrong. So
Donnie's on the text line.
Hey, Donnie.
He says, it's my birthday today, and the Vikings are 3-1.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday, because we didn't get you nothing.
Yeah,
so that's your only present.
Happy birthday.
You get nothing from us. Zero, zilch, no presents.
Happy birthday.
No, don't even give him that. he's a hater of all things sports in Arizona.
Oh, come on, he's just Donnie. Come on. Happy birthday, Donnie.
He's a troll, but he's our troll.
Here, let's buy you a happy birthday drink,
right,
Johnny.
Fine. I like Donnie, but I don't think you should have nice things. Just feel like
he's got a 3-1 record. I mean, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Right. Yeah. Well, it won't last. So, all right, we're going to take a break. A little more on the Cardinals, but then we'll talk about the Commandos. We'll talk about the Colts and every other game that happened this weekend. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Kevin Harlan here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Join me and Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner for a great NFC West matchup. Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams travel north to take on the San Francisco 49ers with quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. Who will get the early division win in this great rivalry on Monday Night Football?
Right here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to dissipate heat and reduce friction and wear. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select oil filter for just $33.99. Try Syntec today, exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk, I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just 1 pill in the morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
1 pill, 24 hours, 0 heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Hi, I'm Capri, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Girl Spicy Deluxe is the chicken. They actually put it on the grill, cooked it in the sauce. It's definitely a good grilled spicy sandwich.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is it's spicy and it's full of flavor. When you pair that with the kale crunch salad, it's just good.
Order a grilled spicy deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Jacobs.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Sun Devil football returns home to take on the Washington Huskies Saturday, October 8th in the annual Hall of Fame game. The Sun Devils will debut their special Rising Devils Adidas uniforms, and at halftime, ASU will honor the newest inductees into the Sun Devil Athletics Hall of Fame, including 7-time Pro Bowler and 2-time Super Bowl champion Terrell Suggs. Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing all cylinders.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the 6-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Monday Night Football, just a short bit away. And one of the great things I love about, any of these times these games are on, not only do we get time off to watch the game, but also the Fanatic broadcasted live. And not only that, there's also another thing I love about the NFL primetime games is that they've got live betting and they've got prop bets that I can do during the game. And what's cool about FanDuel, you can combine prop bets with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout, which is perfect for tonight's game. What do you think, Matthew Stafford over passing yards or under passing yards? I don't know what the line is right now. I haven't looked at it yet. I was just getting ready to take a look. But how about Matthew Stafford? Does he go over what they have the set at? Over, let's say over 300 yards. You think over 300?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what his. I don't have Matthew Stafford in fantasy football, so if he's averaged that or better, then but if not, probably not. I mean, there's no changes in his receivers right now, right?
Cooper Kupp. How about Cooper Kupp? How many touchdowns?
I need him to have 10.
10 touchdowns. Okay.
10 touchdowns. I need 36. I need 36 points in fantasy football.
All right. Also, the Fanduel Sportsbook, easy to use. It's easy to set up, easy to deposit, easy to register, and live betting, which keeps you up with the trends that are happening during the game. Fanduel Sportsbook, I don't know what you're waiting for. There's no feeling like nailing a same-game parlay. Lock in your bet today. Sign up if you're new with my promo code, Randy1580. Just download the app from the App Store and sign up using my promo code Randy1580. Get a no sweat first bet up to $1,000. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 and older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
By the way, just so everybody knows, in 99th Avenue and Grand, there is a car versus train accident. And
oh boy,
I think that the woman is okay, but let me just show you a picture here. Don't worry, it's not gory. Car versus Volkswagen Bug is not. you can tell she's alive because that's convertible. So the fact that the top's not crushed just means she got taken for a little bit of a drag across the intersection. You see there's the crossing bar that got knocked over. So she's they say she's gone to the hospital, but I don't think she's gonna croak or nothing. But just want to remind everybody, you can't beat the train. Don't try to beat the train. Pay attention if there's a train track around. Don't be stupid. That is all.
Yeah.
Hey, real fast. We had already talked about the Cardinals win over the Panthers, but another win was just seeing JJ Watt on the field at all. I guess earlier last week, he had some AFib action on his heart. He's sitting there in the middle of a meeting. He's like, what the hell's going on here? His heart just kind of got out of rhythm, and they shocked him back into, normal rhythm, and they monitored him for a while and says, yeah, you're good to go. That's a weird moment. It's got to be. I've never had AFib. You ever have that thing where you have like that little sharp pain in your chest? You're like, uh-oh, here it is. Nah, here we go. Death is now upon me.
Pretty much the last time I ate at Chipotle. That's basically.
Or you have a flutter and you're like, well, this is goodbye, people. This is goodbye. Sometimes it's just your heart does sort of fall out of rhythm. Usually it's able to recover and do whatever. And so sometimes needs a little extra boost. It doesn't mean that he's got clogs or issues or he's a weak heart. It's just, I don't know. Maybe he's on some vitamins. Maybe your heart does weird things sometimes. Even a perfectly healthy person is sometimes going to go, whoa, what the hell was that? So, but considering he is a highly tuned athlete, it's a little scary. That's a little scary.
Yeah.
But he was very happy to be there and help him get the win.
Apparently it was a very emotional week for him because they were talking about seeing pictures of their baby that's on the way, their baby boy. And then he had this happen. So, yeah. Okay. Kind of
that's what it is. The heart palpitations were, oh, this just got real. Babies, they'll never sleep again.
Yeah.
Hey, Will Hernandez, when you run to go fight a guy, that little fellow with the white and the black stripes, don't touch him.
He did. Oh, my God.
Don't touch him. You're not allowed to even touch them. And I think it was bull crap that he didn't do anything to the ref. He bumped into him a little bit as he was going after a guy. But I have to say, you can't do that because if you let this one go, the next one's going to be where they throw a ref out of the way to get to the guy. So unfortunately, he didn't do anything, but he did a thing. So he had to go.
Yeah, I hear you.
You shake your head all you want, Randy, but as a former umpire, these kinds of rules. It's not even. It's just even if you let anybody off with this a little bit, other people are going to take a lot, and somebody's going to get hurt.
If a guy was to run up on me, if I was umpiring a game and he chest bumped at me, not only would I knock him flat out, but I would throw him out of the game too.
Well, that's not what Will Hernandez did.
Incidental contact.
Yes, it was incidental to get to a guy.
It does
in
not.
an act of presumed violence, Randy.
He was protecting his guy.
Doesn't matter. He was heading towards a fight. He made contact with the ref to do that. That's what I'm trying to say. Even though Will Hernandez had no ill intent, Will Hernandez incidentally touches the guy. You can't allow for that because the next guy is going. These guys are like teeny weeny little fellas compared to these players.
Yeah.
He'll grab a guy by the neck and throw him behind him, and all of a sudden this guy's in the hospital.
All
you have to protect the refs.
Get the hell out of the way. Just move out of the way.
Okay, you can't know you're in the way when your back is completely turned to a guy. It was completely turned to Will Hernandez.
And then for him to be carted off. Come on, give me a break.
Wait, what?
They showed him being carted. The ref was being carted off.
No, that was a different incident. This one, there was no carting off of the ref that Will Hernandez bumped into.
Get the hell out of the way. It was incidental contact.
You're combining two incidents. There was a ref who did get carted off. I don't think was it the Cardinals game? I don't think it was. Pretty sure that wasn't. I think
all I got to say is that's bogus call. That's a bogus call.
Not a bogus call.
That would have never happened had what's his name, vitamin mix guy, whatever his name is, the Tongan cat that put the dirty hit on James Conner and ended up staying in the game. If he hadn't have done that, then Hernandez would have still in the game, and a little pasty ass referee man would have never got in the way.
Doesn't matter. You're not allowed to touch him. And that was just a heat of the moment thing. Will Hernandez, and that's that. He still had to suffer the consequences, or else in the next time or the time after that, something worse will happen.
We've already seen what Aaron Donald wants to do when he gets to a guy. The dude just sees red. He doesn't see black and white stripes. So you do have to just put that out there for if you're going to go and single-mindedly go after some other player.
We will see, gentlemen.
Do not run over the referees to do it.
We will see.
And you can see him right there, Will Hernandez. You should have been like, all right, I can't touch him. Go around him.
We shall see, gentlemen.
Takes one extra step. That's all. We'll see what, Randy.
We will see.
Frankie Louvu was not running away. He would have caught him.
A piece of crap, though.
No, he is, but he wasn't running away. You could have gone around the ref and caught him.
Yeah, and then Louvu and Connor were just still talking to each other as they walk off. Now, of course, the announcer's like, oh, I think Louvu's telling him, hey, sorry about that. No, that's true. I don't think that's true.
Connor's like, you pull that again, I'm going to pull your head out through your face mask.
Yeah, that's all fair and good, but Will Hernandez, whether it was accidental, and I believe it was, or not, doesn't matter. You did the crime, you do the time. Let's talk about the crime of the Commandos calling themselves a football team. You just got beat by Cooper Rush. Keon, thoughts?
Yeah. It's the middle of the season, so you're not going to improve the team by firing people, but some people need to be fired.
It's not even the middle. It's like we're 4 games in, man.
When I say middle of the season, just that we're currently in season. So when you fire people, you're not going to be able to replace them with anybody who's going to make you better in the middle of the season. But like the play calling is atrocious. The defense, how many busted coverages? And Ron Rivera was talking about before the season even began. This is year 3. This is when it starts coming together. This is when the identity of the team is going to be what I have constructed. Ron, you've constructed a bad team. You've constructed a team that doesn't cover anybody. The middle of the field is still open. And I understand Cam Curl's hurt. Doesn't matter, okay? He's been open for 4 weeks. Close the middle of the field. Find a human body, okay, and put it there. I don't care if he beat you on the outside. So, the long and short of it is they don't play very good defense. They don't play offensively. They had one really good drive, and Scott Turner called a hell of a drive. The one drive that happened, the 7 points that they had.
You mean this
Congratulations.
All right, so listen.
Well, no, just that game.
I blame you specifically, Keon, because McLaurin had one catch, and I'm losing fantasy football in part because of him. So you need to make me an offer for a trade. I want to get some better player in exchange for him. Make me an offer.
There's nothing wrong with
damn
Terry
you
McLaurin,
and your
though.
team. You were encouraging me. I was like, I put him on the bench, and you're like, oh, no, that was a mistake. You got to play him because he's always going to get his. He didn't get his, Keon. He didn't get his.
Well,
George, I want you to write up some legal documents. I'm suing
sorry
Keon.
about that, but look, I'm not going to trade anybody.
Yeah, I've seen your team. You probably don't have anybody I need. Anyway,
well, I got Jamar Chase, but you don't want Jamar Chase. Go ahead.
Well, you weren't going to give him to me anyway.
Nope.
Well, then shut up.
But I got Garrett Wilson, and I'm not giving you that either.
I don't want to. Anyway, so your team is tanking, whether you know it or not.
They're not tanking. They just stink. And if the head coach is
tanking,
here's the thing:
they're tanking.
If they end up in position to draft Bryce Young, Ron Rivera's got to get out of there. I don't want him out.
I like Ron.
I like Ron, but you can't be in year 3 of a rebuild and be in position to draft a top tier quarterback. That means your season was terrible. No.
Robert from Surprise has just sent photographical evidence of an incoming Habubi. I don't know where this is. Can you tell me? Well, drive
he's
safe.
in Surprise.
Don't text me. Well, no, he's mile marker 113. Maybe that. I don't know what highway.
Well, it is. I'm tracking it from the 1580
Habubis.
Weather Center. Chief meteorologist Randy White. Breaking weather news. It was going across. Now, if you look on camera 9 right here,
I can't
it was
see
going
your damn
across the
cameras.
north. There's the map. Let me bring the map up here. Let me push this.
Pro
button.
Dog says there's a dust storm on the 101 north heading into Peoria.
Yeah, well, there
is
you
that
go.
what your camera show?
I see dust everywhere. Dust and there's a lightning strike.
No.
Yeah, looks like coming in from the northwest. across the valley, sweeping across the valley. Major
Just the cook just says the wind just blew the color off me and my sons rolling down the street.
There you go. This is some serious wind. So there you are. Be careful out there wherever you are. Remember, if you're in a dust storm, turn your lights off. Pull off the side of the road.
Stop taking pictures of it. Stockton Slap just sent me a picture at Thunderbird and 49th. The Haboob is rolling in. No more pictures. Everybody just go be safe. King of Kitten says, we're all going to die. We're not going to die. Just be smart. Just be smart about how you handle these things, okay? Listen, there's a lot more texts on the text line. And, just go pull over. Be safe somewhere. Remember your dust storm rules and regulations.
Yeah.
And if you live, we'll see you in a few minutes. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum, and football season is underway. So now is the perfect time to download Fanduel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just sign up with promo code Steve1580. FanDuel has all your favorite bets, from the money line to point spreads to player props. You can combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with the same game parlay. And with live betting, you'll get updated odds on games that have already started. You get paid when you win, very fast, and it's all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. So sign up today with promo code Steve1580 for your no sweat first bet. That's promo code Steve1580. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Hi, I'm Capri, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Girl Spicy Deluxe is the chicken. They actually put it on the grill, cooked it in the sauce. It's definitely a good grilled spicy sandwich.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is it's spicy and it's full of flavor. When you pair that with the kale crunch salad, it's just good.
Order a grilled spicy deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Today on Hey Culligan, soft water, cleaner environment. What do you say, Greg?
Hey Culligan, are you saying if I have a Culligan high-efficiency water softener, I'm also helping the environment?
It sounds like you're saying it, Greg, and yes, you are, because with the Culligan high-efficiency water softener, you'll use less detergent, soap, and harsh chemicals, and that's good for the planet.
Now you're saying it.
You bet I am, Greg. Soft water and a cleaner environment is already on the way. Let us help you out with free in-home water tests from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I am your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale for 30 minutes more before Monday Night Football starts, or this haboob it takes us and wipes us off the face of the earth. You know, that happened to my last show. I was the only survivor, so
you don't say.
I'll miss you guys. Anyway, yeah, Robert from Surprise says, well, so much for a pool. It's going to be filthy. Yeah, I think there's worse things that can happen to you in a giant dust storm than your pool getting a little bit dirty. I think you'll be fine. Let's get caught up on the text line real fast before we burn through all these games that happen. Jagdog says, hey, guys, do you think J.J. Watt should have played in that game after what happened to him last Thursday? You know what? That's not the same as the concussion thing. This is a thing where they identified the problem. They knew what it was. They corrected it and cleared him to go ahead and play. And there was enough days in between the incident with his heart going AFib and when he actually did hit the field. And you know they were monitoring stuff. They were checking his vitals, making sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he had an EKG day of game just to be sure everything was firing all the right cylinders. So I have no problem with him playing. I got to say I was surprised, but if he's ready, why not? It's not the same as a brain injury.
And we understand hearts better than we understand brains. Just right now, there's still a lot we're learning about the brain. When it comes to the heart,
Shakespeare would be proud of us.
But when it comes to the heart, we understand, how long it takes to recover and a lot of those things a lot more easily.
I realized that was the dorkiest and most intellectual thing I may have said on this show. Boomer
we
Sooner
peaked right here. This is the moment.
Yes, all the super fans are punching at the air. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I'm having a hard time logging in to fantasy. Okay, Boomer, I can't help you. I don't know. He wants to know if anybody else is having any trouble. I just logged in a little bit ago. I don't know. It's asking you to change your password. And that's about your login. That has nothing to do with the Blender part of it. So you got to sort your stuff out with the NFL.com thing. Sorry, Boomer Sooner. Big Stanky says Lord's Chicken, aka Chick-fil-A lunch bet. How about that, Keon?
That works for me.
The Lord's Chicken. Okay, that's pretty
Chicken.
Good. Yeah,
I like that.
That's pretty good.
Racially and sexually insensitive meat. I'll eat it anytime I want.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's not right, but I can't help it. It's tasty.
Yeah.
Santa's helper says Keon, he's the main event's troll as well. Donnie was our troll first, and then he realized he wasn't going to get far with us, so he went somewhere else to try to bug people. Thunder Snow says happy birthday, Donnie. I was the one who originated the Donnie chant, by the way.
You did.
Bruno Baller says when the games begin to start at 6:20, you guys going to be on till 5:30, right? Yeah. So they passed the Sunshine Protection Act.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for the damn president to sign off on the thing. So this is the last time we have to change clocks ever.
Yeah.
Then that would mean next season, every time there's a Monday night and Thursday night football game, woo, short show. I know.
Yeah.
My fear is it'll stick in the other side and we'll never get that time off
stuck
again.
by 30 forever.
Randy's Chuckle says, while Carson Wentz is clearly horrible, I'm surprised Matt Ryan was a downgrade. Now Colts defense sucks too. No, the Colts defense has been pretty good. They lost Shaquille Leonard, when he just got back. So
what's wrong with Jonathan Taylor? What's wrong?
The O-line's not giving him what he needs, and the teams are preparing to shut down the most effective part of the Colts offense, which is going to be the run. And who better to do that than the Titans, who have Derrick Henry. They practice against this guy all the time. Jonathan Taylor is probably a little bit easier and kind of a relief from these guys practicing against Derrick Henry, who, they're great, both great running backs, but Derrick Henry will murder you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Derrick Henry is 2 Jonathan Taylor's stat high. That's what I'm convinced of that as a fact.
He's carrying one on his shoulders like this.
The fact is, Carson has his issues, but he's got a strong arm. So you have to respect that. And where Matt Ryan is right now, you don't have to respect the throws downfield. So you can stack 7-8 guys in the box and just wait for Jonathan Taylor to come get you.
Without a run game, the Cardinal or the Colts are not going to be effective at all without a run game. They have got to figure out a way to get Jonathan Taylor going, because that's going to help the passing part of their offense.
Yeah,
we need some stickum. We need some Velcro, something on Matt Ryan's damn hands so he doesn't keep fumbling. But 9 fumbles so far, 9.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we certainly have to do something different. Yeah.
You think?
Why even talk? Shut up.
Jeffrey.
Why? I mean,
I get it. No, I get it. There's nothing more frustrating than your team loses in a really frustrating way, and then your quarterback just says and names stuff. It gets under your skin. There's no way it doesn't.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about. I mean, Derrick Henry had a great day, and the Colts got beat 24-17. Any opportunity the Colts had to try to get ahead or do whatever was completely obscured by Matt Ryan being Matt Ryan. So I don't want to talk about it anymore. Moving on, let's talk about a couple of quick injuries, then we'll hit the games. Jameson Crowder broke his ankle on Sunday. That is the final word on Bills wide receiver. That is broken. Jonathan Taylor, turns out, he did not have a major ankle injury problem. His report on the x-rays are negative. He might even play Thursday versus the Broncos. So that's good ankle news. And by the way, if you have a passport, if you have a current passport, not expired, good picture, the Giants want you to play as quarterback, please. That's actually the only requirement they have, because they're going to London this week. So
if you have a good passport,
that's it. That's all they care about. That is, we just need you there.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take them in order. Vikings beating the Saints. It was a field goal battle. I think they did that just to keep the English people happy who are used to soccer. So it was kind of like soccer if they kept running down the field and kicking the ball through the post.
I think you're right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yep.
But here's a thing that really destroyed some people, not just Keon. Alvin Kamara. They decided he'd be inactive. The timestamp on that is 5:16 a.m. our time on Sunday morning. And I looked at it when I woke up. I'm like, ooh, Keon missed that. Keon totally missed that Alvin Kamara is inactive. And CBS
I checked the night before, right before I went to bed.
Yeah.
Yep. And CBS is trying to say that commissioners should allow a change. And I'm saying no. It's not fair to the person you're playing, because if you've got somebody who's playing in a London game, it is on you to wake up and be absolutely sure that player is playing.
The only change that should be made, if there is a change, is all right. If we're going to do London games, you got to report player injuries the night before.
Hello,
but I don't want
you
this
can't always
change.
do that. You can't always do that.
You can't always do that. But I'm playing Randy. I wouldn't want that changed. You know, I could have woken up and checked. I could have, and I didn't.
Hello.
So that's on me.
Well, now you guys know. CBS says, "Oh, be nice." It's not about nice. I don't even know if I could. I don't even know if I could go back and do that. That's not something that I think NFL.com lets you do.
If you want your highest point totals to count, go ahead and play fantasy football in a best ball league. Other than that, let it go.
So I'm glad you see it that way, because I was not going to change it. Anyway, Lewis. Is it Lewis Sign or Scene? Whatever, this safety for the Vikings, he fractured his ankle, and now he's got to stay behind in England until he gets it all figured out.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. The food is just not good there. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Yeah, maybe you're going to sit there and eat bangers and mash. What even is that?
Excuse me. And when you tell an NFL player, hey, I'm going to get you some bangers, they're not thinking what you're thinking.
No.
They're hoping for something else. He's like, well, my ankle's broken, but I'll do what I can.
I mean,
next game up, Falcons beating the Browns.
Yeah.
I don't mind that the Falcons beat the Browns because I hate the Browns. But my player, so I got screwed by McLaurin, and of course, the Browns, who are doing their best to just piss me off. The one player I have of theirs, I just need Amari Cooper, 1 catch, 9 yards, the entire game. And the defense was just their whole thing for the Falcons. Just cover him up and we're fine. And they were right, because they beat the Browns 23-20. That's all I have to say about that. Except for Cordell Patterson is going to miss 4 weeks now after that. He's going on injured reserve.
Wow. Also, Marcus Mariota completed 7 passes.
Good for him.
7.
Well, I mean, that's what we told you about him, so I'm not surprised. The Seahawks, another reason for Ralph to be insufferable when he shows up on Thursday. That was a dumb game. Seahawks and the Lions, 48-45. No defense whatsoever. If Geno Smith is throwing around the ball and getting 48 points, Nobody was. This was like an NBA All-Star game.
The Lions didn't force the Seahawks to punt one time.
Yeah.
They scored on every drive. Every single drive.
Yeah.
The Lions refused to play defense.
Both ways. It went both ways. It was sick.
I mean, look at some of these Lions scores. 38-35 lost to Philly. 36-27 beating Washington. 28-24 lost to Minnesota. 48, like they're not playing defense.
No, clearly they do not. and the other thing about that is it did. I think we want to change it. They're saying it's scoregami when there's a score that has not been recorded in the NFL. They got it again. 48-45 is a score that had never been recorded.
Oh,
I say we should call it scoregasm. I think that is better than scoregami.
Ooh.
Scoregasm. Scorific.
I'm
about scoregami.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Scoregasm doesn't work for me.
Well, what would you rather be? Because I'm going to go with scoregasm.
Is that what you're going to do? Scoregasm?
I'm going with scoregasm.
All right.
Like you got something better. Scoregami is just not doing it.
I don't have anything. Yeah.
DK Metcalf had something, and he was trying to make sure it didn't come out in his trousers.
Yep.
I guess he had a little. He had himself a Lamar Jackson moment where he's like, "Oh, got to go to the bathroom," but the bathrooms are very far away when you're there on the field in Detroit. So he was smart about it. I got to give DK Metcalf credit. He just says, "I need a ride." And he sat in the cart and he took him. Everybody's like, "Oh no, he's injured." He's like, "Nope, just I'm trying to concentrate. Don't." And he got there in time. Well done, DK Metcalf.
Don't concentrate.
Yeah,
hang on.
I need all of the mental faculties at my disposal.
Did you see his face? He was sitting there, arms crossed. He's just like, "Gonna make it, gonna make it, gonna make it, gonna make it."
This is why we lift weights, gentlemen, right here.
He's like, "Don't hit any bumps."
Because whomst among us hasn't had the need for that level of focus to get to the restroom on time?
All that ab work. This is why
the
we
Lions
do that
play.
ab work.
You will never make it the distance doing even the poo-poo walk, going like a penguin.
Poor Lamar would not have made it. In
Doing
Detroit.
the Lamar. Yeah.
So on to the next one. The Bears are horrible. The Bears are so damn bad.
Yeah.
They lost all their quarterbacks. Saquon Barkley was playing quarterback for a minute, and the Bears still couldn't beat the Giants. And of course, with the Giants, was his Daniel Jones. He did end up coming back in just to hand the ball off, just to be a statue. Here you go, because they were just trying to win the damn game. But yeah, that was a really telling moment for the Chicago Bears.
When you know the other team can't throw, not won't throw, not is bad at throwing, can't throw, and you can't stop them from scoring.
Did they load the box? Did they do anything? Like, how do you?
I didn't watch that game. I'm going to have to go back on the NFL Plus and check that one out later.
That's one I would go back and watch now that I know this. I had no idea until this morning. I'm like, are you kidding me? So Saquon Barkley, that was one of those moments where you're like, "Oh, Tyrod Taylor went down. Wow, who's the poor bastard that is? Oh, it's me." Yeah, he was just like, "Oh, it's me. I got to take care of this."
Saquon didn't throw a pass. He ran every time. It was 31 carries for 146 yards. Everybody in the building knew Saquon was going to run, and they couldn't stop.
Yeah, I was glad because I have him in fantasy football, so that worked out for me. The Eagles, are they as good as we think, or are they still they played the Jags? So
yeah, well, listen, I'll say this again, and we'll let the season play out. I still think the Jaguars are a much better team than they were last year, and I think they have a lot of talent on that team, and I think their defense is terrific. And by the way, the Eagles are that good. They are that good. They're the most realized team, I think, in the NFL right now.
They have a strong identity, and they have talent at every position.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see them play some better teams so we get a real good picture of what's going on there. I did not play Breece Hall in fantasy football, so of course he got a touchdown. And the Jets beat the Steelers. That's why we talked about this game a little bit earlier, so I'm not going to go too deep on it. But I do think there is some kung fu tanking going on with the Patriots. I know you guys don't believe me, but I think so.
And
the
Zach
Bills
Wilson looked all right.
The Bills-Raven game, that was interesting. I mean, John Harbaugh, I think, lost it for the Ravens more than the Bills won it. You know what I'm saying? But he made some iffy calls, like not going for a field goal when that would have given him probably the best chance to stay on the board and win, or at least go to overtime. And he's like, well, I was trying to win the game, trying for a touchdown rather than kick a field goal. And yeah, but everybody's going, what the hell is this guy doing? No. I'm sorry you don't believe in your defense, but you probably would have won this game if not for that call.
Probably, but I don't know how you get John Harbaugh to change that, because that's just who he is. He's that aggressive. He's been that aggressive. And
he's a good
works,
coach. I'm not trying to take it away from him.
For sure, but it does work against him sometimes. It even happened in the playoffs one time. The Ravens went for it on like 4 fourth downs and got one of them, and ended up losing to the Titans, I think, in that playoff run. Had they decided to punt a few times, maybe they hang around in that game and have a chance to actually win it. They ended up giving it back to the Titans too much. So this is just what John Harbaugh does, sometimes to a fault.
All right, listen, we have to take a break. And yes, Billy Ray, I do believe the term for what DK Metcalf was doing was prairie dogging it. I got a lot of text in the text line. We have a few more games to cover. Let's see if we can do it before 4:30 when Westwood One has your Monday Night Football presentation of the Rams versus the 49ers right here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Rich Eisen here for Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Coming up, an NFC West battle. Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers host Matthew Stafford and the defending Super Bowl champion Rams. Kevin Harlan and Hall of Famer Kurt Warner will have the call on air or on the free live stream brought to you by AutoZone. Join us for all the action on Monday Night Football.
Right here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download Fanduel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued is non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk. I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill in the morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
O'Reilly. Count on the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your vehicle and budget. Get maximum cooling system performance for 10 years or 300,000 miles with Peak Long Life Universal Pre-Mixed Antifreeze and Coolant. Now just $3.99 after mail-in rebate. Limits apply. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to the economy, those are some scary years. .com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. It's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. So, how do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer, NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why 93% of customers say they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. What are you waiting for? NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/radar. netsuite.com/radar.
Don't let your kids get fooled by the people they meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation,
But those strangers are using their relationship to deal drugs to your kids. If you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Find resources at talknowaz.com. Don't let your kids get fooled. Talk to them and visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
It's college football time. The Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, the Pac-12, the Big 12, the biggest conferences. Now this on the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. The big matchups, the fight for national rankings, the bitter rivalries. We have the biggest games. Get your college game on. Your home for football. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. We have very little time left. Only a couple games left to talk about. Let's do that quick, and then I will finish up the text line. A lot of text sitting there waiting to be read. All right, so back to the games. Chargers, they had to really work hard to beat them Texans. What's the story on Herbert? I didn't get to see this game. Is he recovered? Is he still struggling after that injury he had with his fractured cartilage? I don't know. I didn't get to see much of this game. Part of the reason is DirecTV decided to update right in the middle of the Colts game, and I missed all the good stuff. So, I have no idea. So can you tell me, Keon?
Yeah, no, Justin Herbert looked like his usual self. I think the surprising thing is how well the Texans played on offense. I think that was really stunning because, Justin Herbert, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a typical Justin Herbert kind of day. But when you look at what the Texans were doing on the offensive side, Davis Mills, 250, couple of touchdowns.
Dameon
Pierce has been awesome. So that's just going to continue, I think, to be a fact about the Houston Texans, that Dameon Pierce is a really good running back and Davis Mills is not bad.
I'm just happy that the Texans are 0-3-1, and that's all I have to say about that. Packers had to go to overtime against the backup to the backup. Hoyer got hurt pretty quick, and then Zappy comes out, and damn if Bill Belichick. These are the kind of moments you're like, okay, it's official. Tom Brady, best quarterback, but Bill Belichick, best coach. Come on, man. If you got a guy named Zappy, who comes in and does a competent amount of playing and gives Aaron Rodgers and team a whole lot. They were getting booed there, but still, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers found a way to beat the Patriots, but that was not easy.
I am a little disappointed in the Packers defense. I really thought that unit was going to be.
I played them in fantasy. How do you think I feel?
Definitely also bad because that's a unit of guys. When you look at the individual players on that defense, should be a whole lot better than what they are. And Bailey Zappi, who is mobile and does have kind of an arm, but is a rookie, should not be doing that to your defense.
No. So the Packers are not going to go far this year. It doesn't look like it, but Aaron Rodgers will still surprise you. And then the Raiders were able to beat the Broncos 32-23. Josh Jacobs had himself a nice night there. And, Russell Wilson still not quite finding a groove there with the Broncos. Is it just he doesn't have the right people to throw to? Sound familiar? Or is there something else going on there?
No, he's got people to throw to. That's not the problem. There's something about the way that he's playing that is not translating well to this team, to this group of guys. And part of it too is, Nathaniel Hackett and the play calling, like, good God. But the group of guys I still think are getting used to Russell Wilson. I just don't think that if you're, Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Sutton or KJ Hamler, you're used to having a quarterback run around back there, and then you have to figure out how to get open. And that's kind of Russell Wilson's game. That's how it's been. You know, he figures out how to extend plays, and then when the defense is at its weakest, then he strikes. They haven't been able to be on the same page, the receivers and Russell Wilson, just yet.
And then finally, Sunday Night Football, the Chiefs took down the Bucs pretty easily. It seemed like 41-31. But here's the thing: what happened? It's just that the Chiefs came out and punched the Bucs in the mouth, and they didn't recover very fast. But then when they did, you know, they were chugging along pretty nicely there. There was that probably the turning point was the exact beginning of the game when that kid fumbled the ball and they took it in, and boop, there's 7 points. You know, it was just one of those kind of nights. And I think Tom Brady's got to be pretty frustrated with his situation right there. But, you know, 41-31, when you step back and look at the score, it wasn't like an ass whooping, but it was like an ass whooping at the beginning of the game. And that just sort of carried through the rest of the game.
And I'll tell you where it was an ass whooping. It was an ass whooping in the trenches.
Yes.
Because 3 yards rushing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They couldn't get anything going on.
Because in typical Tom Brady fashion, they abandoned the run as soon as they started getting down. He just wanted to throw. I was surprised that Fournette got as many fantasy points for me as he did after that. I was just like, well, so much for that, because Tom's going to try to throw his way out of trouble. Because they were at some point running out of time. I was surprised that Fournette got the touchdown he got later in the game. I didn't see that coming at all. So whatever, it's not there's something wrong with Tom Brady. You know, the Bucs have some stuff they need to work on. It just, you know, the Chiefs just got off to a hot start and there was no recovering. It could have gone either way. It could have happened the other way around.
It could have. It was more likely to happen in favor of the Chiefs, just when you consider Mike Evans and Chris Godwin coming back from injury.
Right.
That's going to take a little bit. They're not hitting the ground running.
All right, so there you go. Those were all the games from Sunday. We usually don't get through it, so now at least I have a couple of minutes to try to catch up on the text line as fast as possible. Heavy Metal Maniac says, wow, on the fan picking Moist One, got 14 correct. Yes, the fan pick of Moist One is at the top of this week's board with 14 correct. I got 12, which I'm surprised I did as well as that.
I got 10, which I'm also happy about.
You got these this season, right? Vala 51 says the Raiders finally looked like a good football team. How the heck did anyone seriously think the Donkeys were Super Bowl contenders? Well, that was before the season started. You got Russell Wilson, solid team, plus Russell Wilson should be. I don't know what else is broken there. We're starting to think the coach. Kiss the Cook says, was DJ Metcalf trying to stop himself from having a brown hog day? Yes. He says, I don't want to see that, Shadow. You are correct. Pinocchio says, I think DK Metcalf was beyond prairie dogging. I think he was rubber stamping. You know what? I don't know.
Could be.
That's between him and the laundry person. None of my business. Oh my God. I got so many texts left sitting here on the text line. Reaper says, hope all's well for you guys. And he says, let's go Rams. Well, I picked them to win, so I hope you're right. So yes, the Los Angeles Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers here in a bit. The Monday Night Football presentation begins here shortly. Cardinal Art needs a stiff one, Randy. I think he's talking about a drink.
A stiff one?
Yeah, pour him a drink. Drink.
Okay.
King Kitten says, I'm a game time decision. I think he means on whether or not he's going to die in the haboob here or not.
All right.
The rest of you, I will read all of your texts, but I'm sorry I can't read them on air. We will see you tomorrow. Full 3-hour show. When we come back, it's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brad Musburger, and you're tuned to